Hey there, Erin Bradley here. So exciting day for me today. I'm going to be introducing you to another female entrepreneur who's also a mom and has always been an inspiration to me because she has managed and grown a successful business over the years, and I've always kind of looked up to her. She may not know that, but it's the truth. So her name is Dr. Colleen Carter, and she has a dental practice at Colorado and Exposition. And I'm really excited to introduce you to her and let her tell you a little more about her business. So welcome, Dr. Carter. I'm Erin Bradley, a mortgage consultant who spent the last 10 years building a tribe of amazing entrepreneurs to better serve my network. This is the story of their journey on the road to success. So we have Dr. Carter here, Dr. Colleen Carter of Dr. Carter Smiles, and as I mentioned, she's an amazing dentist. In case you can't tell from my beautiful smile, which she helped me whiten my teeth just recently. Thank you, Dr. Carter. No, Dr. Carter is a phenomenal dentist. I actually relocated here about 11 years ago to Colorado, and I had such a strong relationship with my dentist back home. He was actually related to us by marriage, and it was one of those things that I spent like 5 years trying different dentists. I honestly tried like 5 different dentists, and I couldn't find one that felt like home. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until I met Dr. Carter that I finally found my home in the dental office, and as well as meeting a great friend and colleague and phenomenal entrepreneur. So I'm really excited for you to share your story today, Dr. Carter. And I really appreciate all you've done for me and my family, because it seems like a silly thing, but for me, it's important to have that relationship with the person you're working with. So tell us a little bit about how you got started and how you became a dentist, and kind of go back to the beginning for us.
Well, I got interested in dentistry when I was in college, and probably because my dad was a dentist. He practiced for 35 years in Des Moines, Iowa, where I'm from. And one day after working, I decided to go down to the dental school and check it out. And I was interviewed by the head of admissions at the time, and that's how I got in. It's the only school I applied to, the University of Colorado, and I love it, and it's been wonderful.
That's a good sign, actually, that your dad was a dentist and you still wanted to be one. So, no, you never know.
He loved dentistry just as much as I do.
That's awesome, because it probably could go one of two ways, I'm sure. So that's cool. So how long have you been practicing in Colorado? Have you always been in Colorado with your practice?
Yeah, I've always been in Denver. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I've been here practicing for 26 years now.
Okay, awesome. So you probably know a few generations of families, not just me and my littles.
Yeah. I have grandchildren coming in now.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's really awesome. So I have a feeling the answer to this question is probably very similar to what we're talking about right now, but I could be wrong. But what do you love most about being a dentist? I mean, what's your favorite thing about your personal practice?
Well, there are a lot of things that make my practice very rewarding. I would say helping people to maintain their dental health and have optimum dental health. And but I think the thing that's most satisfying for me is when I have a patient that comes in who tells me that they've had a bad experience with another dentist. It's kind of similar to what you were just saying.
Yeah.
They never connected, or they felt pain during a procedure, and it's wonderful for me to see them grow in the dental office and actually come in and say, hey, I really like coming to the dentist now.
Yeah.
Carter, thank you.
That actually is like the most common testimonial that I've ever heard about Dr. Carter. Is people are like, I actually don't mind going to the dentist. I almost like it now.
Yeah.
Well, your team is amazing too.
Yes.
She has an amazing dental hygienist and assistant that are just some of the nicest people, and they just never forget your name. They don't forget your family's names, and you can tell that they actually care about you as people and not just as a business transaction. So that's really awesome. But speaking of business, I always like to ask people, because a lot of our viewers are actually entrepreneurs as well, and some of them getting started, some of them are struggling with that whole messy in the middle stage where they're just trying to figure it out. And I know that collaborating with like-minded entrepreneurs has been hugely influential in the growth of my business, because you always need motivation, you always need ideas, and you always need inspiration. So if you could share one strategy that you've implemented in your business over the years that worked for you, or any kind of promotion or marketing that's worked for you, could you just share one thing that has worked? And
I sure can. I would think, looking back, the single thing that helped to me in my practice and grow my business was to surround myself with an excellent, highly qualified, and dedicated team.
Awesome.
That is like-minded, dedicated to the patient. My dental assistant's been with me for 25 years. My hygienist, Dana, has been with me for 12. And I think that that's the biggest thing, that my patients love them just as much. They come to practice for them just as much as they do me.
So besides the fact that you're amazing, because I'm sure, people hear that and they want to know, well, how do you keep them that long, and how do you retain great employees? And I mean, I do think you're amazing, so that's obviously one thing, is you're probably an amazing boss, but a person to work for. But what else can you do to make sure that they stay happy all those years?
I think treating your employees and your staff as an equal as your team. I value their judgment and their input and their education and their experience, and we implement what they recommend to practice, and so I think that's the best way. And of course, we became good friends. I think we all have similar personalities, and not to say that every employee over the years has stayed, but so yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Well, you can feel it. It feels like family, even though you're not related. You three are like three little sisters or something like that. I don't know. It's like family, so
it makes it fun to go to work in the
morning. It does.
Yep.
It makes it fun to go to the dentist. Awesome. So on the flip side, so that's something that's worked. Building a team, which we always talk about, is such an important part of the whole journey, is to recognize that's going to be integral to your success. But what about going back in time and over the years, if you could give yourself a piece of advice, maybe something you would do differently, or maybe something you would do the same, what would be the one piece of advice you would give yourself 5 years ago or 10 years ago even?
I would buy a building.
Really?
Yes, I would buy a building, because I think just looking at the business aspect, I think it's kind of wasted money to lease. As I look back now, I probably could have bought the building I'm in. So that would be my advice, if you have the opportunity to do that.
Is it too late?
Yeah, no, it's not too late.
We could probably find a commercial agent and a commercial lender.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got a guy somewhere. I'm sure you do too.
Yes, probably I do.
Awesome. Well, if you're listening out there, hey, all you commercial agents and lenders, maybe have a new client here. All right, cool. So what about the future? So that's the past, and that's amazing, and I appreciate you sharing all that with us. So where are you headed? What does 5 years from now look like for you, Dr. Carter?
Well, I want to continue to grow my business and grow my patient base. I'm especially interested in implant dentistry. I've been treating implant patients for the past 15 years. I'd like to continue to grow that. Otherwise, I'd like to, keep doing what I do well and get better.
Awesome. Well, I don't have this one, it's just kind of a random question, but who's your ideal client? Because I feel like a lot of people, they forget to go to the dentist for some time. Maybe they're afraid to come back. I mean, I feel like you're so amazing at making people feel comfortable. So,
my ideal client is variety, because that's one of the things I love about what I do. It's never boring. It's always interesting. I have people from all walks of life, all ages, all dental needs, people who have never had a cavity to people who need every tooth in their mouth replaced. So I don't think I would ever narrow it down to one person or one client.
Awesome. And last but not least, what's the best way for us to get in contact with you? How do we find you if someone wants to schedule an appointment with you?
They can go to my website at drcartersmiles.com, and they can read more about my staff and about my practice there and my education, or they can call at 303-765-2824.
Okay. Well, I just want to thank you not only for coming here today, taking time out of your busy schedule, but also thank you for taking care of my family. I have to tell you, she's so amazing with the young ones too. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they have the funnest thing called the Happy Visit. It's adorable. So they basically bring your child in. Is it 2 or 3 that you recommend? 2, right?
2.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the photos are fantastic. She's got like all these toys and colored glasses, and I mean, I have a picture of my 3-year-old in the chair with like sunglasses on, and she's got her favorite toy.
Oh
yeah, all dolled up. Well, she's always dolled up. I mean, she doesn't go anywhere not dolled up. She probably had a tutu on, but yeah, it was pretty funny. So
I think she did.
Yeah, and the one time that he's 5, but he's almost 6. My 5-year-old had gone for an appointment, and JoJo hadn't yet scheduled her happy visit. And so they let her climb up in the chair with Mickey. So I have these pictures of the two of them, and they let him play with all the equipment and stuff.
Mr.
So
Slurpee.
yeah, Mr. Slurpee. I love that. It's so fun. They honestly make the dentist fun. And so if you're thinking about, introducing your kids to the dentist and worried about how scared they might be, don't worry at all, because they take all the fear out of it and make it nothing but fun. So it's a great way to get introduced to dentistry in general. So I really appreciate you. You're a phenomenal businesswoman, a wonderful person, and a great friend. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.
You're the best. If you've loved meeting my tribe and getting to know their stories, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. And if there's anything else you'd like to know about these individuals or anyone else you'd like to meet, let me know in the comments below. For more information, you can find me on Facebook or check out pursuingfreedom.co.